Hey, what's going on, everybody? Justin here, and in this video, I just want to go over some of the books that I bought in the month of January. Basically, because I have three piles of books that I need to haul for January, February, and March now. Been doing really bad with my staple content in 2020. Don't think I haven't done any book hauls, and I've done no wrap ups. And March wrap up is gonna be crazy because I think I finished 14 books, which is like a record since I don't know. I think like September 2018 or something. So that's crazy. That's good. But yeah, let's just go ahead and get on with that. All these books I think were books I picked up in Portland, Maine when I did just like a road trip with my friend Tim. You've probably seen him on some of my other videos. But yeah, let's just go ahead and get started. And we'll start with the three kind of generalish history books that I picked up. All right, the first one is King Leopold's Ghost by Adam Hochschild. I picked this one up because I think I saw Justin, you might know him from as Ghost Reader. I think he reviewed this book. And this is about sort of the late 1800s, early 1900s, sort of basically the Belgian occupation of the Congo, which, as you guys probably all know, was pretty horrendous. It's kind of a topic in history I don't really know too much about, so I kind of want to, learn more about it and sort of the, kind of all the terrible exploitation and stuff that was sort of going on. And it kind of also kind of flows a little bit into sort of my World War One history that I study a lot since this is kind of like the generation right before. But yeah, that's definitely go check out Ghost Reader's channel as well. He's done a ton of book reviews, a lot of nonfiction book reviews, really good stuff. Definitely go check that out. All right, next up is kind of like I said, going along with my World War One stuff, which is kind of a topic I used to read a lot of, and now I gotta like pick back up on it. It's the best little stories from World War One by C. Brian Kelly with Ingrid Smyer. This just looked like a cute like little book when I was like, I don't know, just I think this was like a used bookstore I want to say, and it's just a bunch of little vignettes. They're all like 3 or 4 pages long. There's probably like I don't know like 75 or something. Just like little quirky stories and kind of just like little, kind of hidden unknown things from like the individual perspective of World War One, which is very interesting because World War One a lot of times that's kind of the first war where people were kind of viewed more as like kind of the cogs of the machine, just sort of numbers when you're dealing with like millions of men in the trenches and things like that. But always like kind of the social, personal side of history. That's why I picked up best little stories from World War One. And the last kind of straight up history book is a topic I don't know really much about either. I think I've only read one American Revolutionary War book, which is pretty sad considering like half my library is history, but my American history section is like 3 books, I want to say. At the same bookstore, I got the World War One book. I got Washington Spies: The Story of America's First Spy Ring by Alexander Rose. Don't know anything about it, don't know anything about the author, but it just sounded like a really cool topic because I do know which is named Cornwallis, General Cornwallis, that offered to surrender to Washington. I remember reading a quote from him at one point saying, Washington didn't beat me, he outspied me, basically. So I kind of want to learn more about that. I do know that was kind of a prominent sort of thing, the intelligence kind of battle in the Revolutionary War. So just want to learn a little bit more about that. All right, so now let's go on to the one fantasy book that I picked up at a different used bookstore, and it goes along with all my Warhammer stuff. It's one of the Horus Heresy books. This one is by Ben Counter. It's Battle for the Abyss, My Brother, My Enemy. This is, I believe, about when the Ultramarines are kind of like, just like going through space or whatever, doing something, and they get ambushed by Lorgar and the Word Bearers. And I think I don't know if like the Battle of Calth or something. I want to say I'm not like super like hardcore into the lore and stuff, but I think that's a pretty like momentous event in sort of the Horus Heresy. Been really enjoying it. I don't know. I think there's 54 books. I think I've finished 10 or 11. So if I keep knocking one off every like 2 months maybe, I'll finish it in the next decade or so. So that's why I picked up Battle for the Abyss. All right, I did pick up one graphic novel at like kind of a comic book store. The reason I picked this one up, because if you guys know my channel, I think I've read a grand total of one other graphic novel in my entire life. So I got this one. It's called Caligula, Heart of Rome, and I was dumb and didn't realize this was like all I saw was like complete like series, like little shelf or whatever. But this is like volume 2, and I guess there's 2 complete volumes, but I don't have volume one, but I'll probably still read it anyways. But yeah, the reason I picked up obviously was because it's like super influenced by Rome and stuff. But it looks like kind of really dark and sketchy and stuff. Like there's like a lot of like weird stuff kind of going on in there. And if you guys know anything about the Emperor Caligula, yeah, he was kind of a sociopath. So yeah, I mean it's just like a weird, dark retelling of that with some other like weird supernatural stuff, I guess, on top of it. So I don't know. I'm just going with it because it was $4, and I said, "Yeah, Tim, I'm just gonna pick something up in this store, even though I don't know what I'm looking at." So this is what I came up with. All right, and at a fourth used bookstore, I found this one, which is pretty cool. It's Enjoying Maine Birds and 8 Finding, Study, and Attracting Birds in Maine. And this is by, I think, funded by, yeah, the Maine Audubon Society. And I thought it was really cool. Came with a little checklist as well, like all the birds that I can find, in my home state and stuff. But I thought it was kind of neat just because it goes over each bird, just in particular, that's found in the state of Maine. I have other books kind of like it, but, it's kind of like a vintagey, kind of neat little thing. I don't know. And I like the illustrations as well. Yeah, not much to it. But if you enjoy like nature and birding and stuff, I thought it was something I couldn't really pass up when I saw it. All right, 2 books left, and 2 more topics actually. The first one is going to be a philosophy book, and both of these books I got at I guess it was kind of like an antique bookstore. Not all their books were antique, and like this one's not really an antique, but I did pick it up because it's about 100 years old. But it's Thus Spake Zarathustra by Friedrich Nietzsche. I actually haven't read any of Nietzsche's like actual like solid works or whatever. I did read them obviously like in college, but in philosophy classes and stuff. But I've been doing really good this year on philosophy. I think I've already finished. I want to say at least 3, I think maybe 4 books on philosophy or philosophical topics or philosophers, kind of like mini biography type things. So I've been doing really good with that and been enjoying myself with that. And like I said, I saw it and I was like 100 years old. And I want to say it was only like $3, about $5, but it also had like this cool like letter that someone wrote that in the front of it, which I thought was really neat. And it's kind of just cool seeing, I don't know, like historical artifacts in books and everything. So yeah, I was just planning on reading that. I've been meaning to read a lot of the primary sources from, well, like the great philosophers and stuff. So when I saw it, I was like, I'll just pick it up, just kind of add it to that collection when I get around to it at some point. And lastly, my favorite book that I picked up in Portland in January of 2020 is this like 150-year-old copy of the Aeneid by Virgil. It's called Cooper's Virgil, and it is by the Reverend J.G. Cooper, and it's published. This one is published 1864, but I think the first editions I want to say was 1840. I want to say, yeah, 1840. But still, 1864. What does that make this book? 100 and what? 56 years old. Did I do my math right? I think so. It's gonna be embarrassing if I didn't. But anyways, so like I said, it's got 156 years old, so that puts him. This one is like, I want to say like my second or third oldest book that I own. But anyways, I picked it up. It's a Latin edition of the Aeneid, which is really cool. I can't really read Latin, but someday I keep telling myself I'll learn like ancient Greek and Latin and stuff. But there's literally no teachers in like the entire county that I live in. But I also got it not only because it's old and it's like a Latin version of the Aeneid, but it's also got like a ton of commentary. Like as you can see, like almost kind of like a biblical commentary. If you guys have ever seen those. So it's got like the writing up here, or the primary work up here, and then it has like little footnotes from like lots of things, like different like translation notes or like, kind of historical context things and stuff. So I think that's really cool. And best of all, it's really beat up, but it was only $4. I just thought that was like the best steal ever. I could not like leave the store knowing that was like in there for $4, even though it's like I said, it's literally falling apart and stuff. But I don't know. I just think it's super cool, and I'm really pleased to have picked it up. So there you guys have it. Those are all the books I picked up on my Portland trip in January. Let me know what any of you guys think about these books. Tell me what your favorite book, if you can remember, from 3 months ago, what your favorite book was that you picked up. Just leave a comment down below. I'd be glad to talk to you guys about that. And also, if you haven't noticed, I'm wearing something different. All my black shirts are in the wash right now, and I wanted to do a video, so I was like, yeah, I can't. I kind of first thought, I should just like wait until it's out as a good excuse to like not do the video, but trying something a little bit different. But yeah, I'm glad to be back. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and always remember, whatever you're reading, read victoriously.